These are the 10 ugly truths about what it would really mean to own a Chinese electric vehicle from manufacturers like BYD in America, if you could even buy one in the first place. Let's start with the most obvious problem. You literally cannot buy a Chinese EV in the United States, not legally anyway. On September 27, 2024, the Biden administration slapped a crushing 100% Section 301 tariff on Chinese electric vehicles, effectively doubling their price before they even reach American shores. That BYD Seagull that costs just $10,000 in China? It would cost at least $20,000 here, assuming you could find a dealer willing to sell it. Here's where it gets interesting though. While Americans are locked out of the world's most affordable EVs, China has become an absolute powerhouse in electric vehicle production. Chinese companies like BYD, Geely, NIO, and XPeng now control over 70% of global EV manufacturing, with domestic sales exceeding 11 million vehicles in 2024 alone. EVs make up half of all new car sales in China, compared to a measly 10% in the United States. We're essentially watching the future of transportation unfold from the sidelines. The second ugly truth is that even if you somehow manage to import a Chinese EV, the government considers it a rolling spy device. Commerce Secretary Gina Raimondo painted a chilling picture when she said you can imagine the most catastrophic outcome theoretically if you had a couple million cars on the road and the software were disabled. Starting with model year 2027, the Bureau of Industry and Security will make it illegal to sell any vehicle in America that contains Chinese-made software or vehicle connectivity systems. By 2030, even the physical components will be banned. This isn't just political theater. Modern Chinese EVs collect a staggering amount of data including user profiles, biometric information, geographic locations, driving behavior, voice commands, and everything from your synced smartphone. Federal regulators worry that this data pipeline flows directly back to Beijing, potentially exposing American infrastructure and personal information to foreign surveillance. The third nightmare scenario involves what happens when your Chinese EV breaks down. Unlike Tesla or Ford, Chinese manufacturers have virtually no service infrastructure in the United States. Take this real example from Colorado. A BYD Seagull owner experienced a minor battery management system fault. Sounds simple enough, right? Wrong. Local shops didn't have the diagnostic tools. The car had to be flatbed 180 miles to Denver. Parts took 12 days to arrive from China. Total downtime exceeded 3 weeks for what should have been a 48-hour repair. This parts shortage crisis extends beyond just warranties. Many Chinese EV manufacturers haven't bothered establishing local parts warehouses, which means even basic components like door mirrors or sensors must be shipped internationally. One damaged side mirror can sideline your vehicle for months, not days. The fourth ugly truth hits your wallet where it hurts most: catastrophic depreciation. Analysis of over 20,000 used EV sales in China revealed that electric vehicles lose 45% of their value after just 1 year, 58% after 2 years, and a staggering 67% after 3 years. That's nearly twice as fast as comparable gasoline vehicles. Even in America, Tesla Model Y owners are watching their 2023 vehicles lose 42% of their value in just 2 years, compared to 20% for a Ford F-150. This depreciation crisis becomes even worse for Chinese brands because of limited resale markets. Who's going to buy your used Chinese EV when parts are impossible to find and service networks don't exist? The fifth problem is insurance. Chinese EV models are becoming nearly uninsurable in some markets. Insurance underwriters are spooked by parts shortages and lack of technical support. Even minor repairs that should cost hundreds of dollars can run into thousands when specialized diagnostic equipment isn't available. EV repair costs already run higher than traditional vehicles. A slight fender bender requiring sensor calibration can cost up to $2,100 for an EV compared to $1,100 for a gas car. Now imagine that with Chinese parts availability issues. The sixth ugly truth involves the human cost of these vehicles. In December 2024, Brazilian authorities uncovered what they called slavery-like conditions at a BYD construction site. The investigation found 163 Chinese workers who were irregularly recruited and forced to work excessive overtime. Some worked without a single day off for 7 consecutive days under harsh conditions with their passports confiscated. Brazilian prosecutors are now seeking over $45 million in damages from BYD for alleged human trafficking. BYD's response? Spokesperson Li Yunfei dismissed the allegations as part of a campaign by foreign forces to damage Chinese brands. This raises serious questions about the labor practices behind those incredibly low Chinese EV prices. The seventh nightmare scenario is the complete lack of regulatory protection. If a Chinese EV manufacturer goes bankrupt or exits the American market, you're essentially stuck with an orphan vehicle. There's no equivalent to the franchise dealer network that protects American car buyers. No corporate backstop for warranty claims. No guaranteed parts availability. You become dependent on a shrinking network of independent mechanics who may lack proper training or diagnostic tools. The eighth ugly truth is that Chinese EVs could theoretically be disabled remotely. This isn't conspiracy theory nonsense, it's a legitimate concern raised by national security officials. Modern Chinese vehicles maintain constant connectivity with their manufacturers through software systems that enable over-the-air updates, remote diagnostics, and even remote operation capabilities. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan warns that malicious access to these systems could allow adversaries to access and collect our most sensitive data and remotely manipulate cars on American roads. Consider this scenario. If political tensions escalate between the US and China, could millions of Chinese vehicles suddenly become inoperable? It sounds like science fiction, but the technical capability exists. The ninth problem is that you'd be buying into a market that's about to shrink dramatically. The Trump administration is slashing federal support for electric vehicles, eliminating the Inflation Reduction Act's $7,500 tax credit and looking to recall federal loans for EV factories. For the first time in 7 years, the US EV market is predicted to shrink by almost a third in 2026. You'd be investing in technology that's losing government support just as the rest of the world accelerates adoption. The final ugly truth might be the most frustrating of all. Chinese EV technology is actually superior in many ways. Chinese manufacturers can bring new models to market 2 to 3 years faster than non-Chinese brands. In 1 year, BYD, Wuling, and Geely received approval for 83 new passenger car models, while Volkswagen managed just 6 and Nissan only 2. Chinese EVs offer faster charging, longer range, and significantly lower prices than anything available in America. BYD's revolutionary blade battery technology, for instance, offers enhanced safety and thermal stability that even Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway invested billions in recognizing. Meanwhile, companies like CATL, the world's largest EV battery manufacturer supplying Tesla, BMW, and Volkswagen, continue to drive down lithium iron phosphate battery costs globally. Ford CEO Jim Farley called the Chinese EV industry an existential threat, and he's not wrong. Auto analyst Michael Dunn warns that if the US doesn't transition to electric vehicles quickly, Detroit will cede the global market and be reduced to a niche supplier of gas-powered pickup trucks and SUVs. So here's the bitter irony. American consumers are being protected from affordable, advanced electric vehicles through tariffs that could have saved them between $10,000 to $20,000 on a new EV purchase. We're watching the rest of the world embrace electric mobility while America builds higher walls around its automotive market. The ugly truth about owning a Chinese EV in America isn't just that you can't buy one. It's that in protecting ourselves from perceived threats, we may have locked ourselves out of the future of transportation entirely. While China sells EVs for under $10,000 and captures global market share, Americans are left choosing between expensive domestic options or aging internal combustion technology. Whether these protective measures will ultimately save American jobs or simply delay the inevitable remains to be seen. What's certain is that American consumers are paying the price for this trade war, one expensive EV at a time.